All right, so welcome to the first episode of Happy Hour at the Bar. Woo. We got Aaron, Joe, and Pat here. I'm Pat.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Joe.
So we are going to start today, or the first episode off, with a little introductory about ourselves. And I'll start off with myself. I'm Pat Healy. I'm a member of CrossFit Off the Grid. Let me see here. So I went to college at Rowan University, played football there, been lifting my whole life, pretty much in and out of bro sessions at LA Fitness.
LA Food.
Oh yeah, buys and tries, scheduling your
It's
workouts.
back and buys. You can't even get it right.
I did buys and tries. I did
You can't do
buys and tries
the same day.
I
Come on,
superset,
bro.
That was a Friday night workout. Get out of here. No, yeah. So working out with football teams, doing all the powerlifting, did some Olympic lifting, but it was rather shoddy form the whole time.
Still is.
It kind of is,
Slightly.
slightly muscle form basically. But mostly, I enjoy the whole Olympic lifting side of CrossFit. Enjoy CrossFit a little bit to the point where I don't have to run, which I like.
Burpees are your favorite.
Burpees are not my favorite, and neither is running. But yeah, I do love CrossFit right now. I am in that fad. But I did go through all of the different bro sessions and powerlifting sessions as well. So that's me. I'm pretty simple. Let's start off with Joe.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow up Aaron. I don't think I have the pedigree for that. So,
Aww.
My name's Joe. I am a former member. I think that we're filming here from Off the Grid. You can actually see my T-shirt hanging in the rafters. Retired CrossFit athlete. Spent 5.5 years running these stomping grounds. Fell in love with CrossFit. Actually started doing CrossFit back in 2006. So I think I started doing CrossFit before CrossFit was CrossFit. Had a trainer who trained me over at CrossFit at Delsey, high school, alma mater. Played sports there, played sports my entire life. Got to give Delsey a plug as they go for their 5-peat tomorrow in the state title game over at Rowan.
Yeah, what are they going to do without their kicker?
Touche. Was lucky enough to kick down at the University of South Florida. Spent a season down there.
Yeah.
Was lucky enough to walk on the hallowed grounds with the actual athletes down there as the kicker. Played with Jason Pierre-Paul while he had a full hand. One of the coolest experiences of my life.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's always really good.
One of the freakiest athletes I've ever seen. Used to do backflips at practice in full pads with a helmet.
That's
255 pounds.
How tall was he though?
6'4".
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolute freak. Backflips and pads and a helmet. So, found CrossFit when I came back. Met Mark and Nick, the former owners. Went and got certified in February of 2009. By June, I was competing in CrossFit like an idiot. Had no idea what I was doing. Pretty much
To
how we-
regionals though, didn't you?
I did. I went to
Yeah.
regionals because everybody who signed up went to regionals that year.
Yep, exactly.
Fell in love with it. Competed in CrossFit for the last 4 years of my career. Fell in love with weightlifting.
The real
And,
sport.
The real sport of weightlifting, and now I just pick shit up and put it down. And that's kind of my.
I love weightlifting.
So that's kind of my background fitness-wise. And I guess we'll let the real star of the show kind of give us his background and put us down into the dirt. If we want to go downstairs, Pat, we can go
I
downstairs.
know, right? We're just going to have to leave.
Oh God. I'm Aaron. Oh my God. I've won like 13 national championships.
14.
14. I don't.
Were you the only competitor?
Actually, once I was. It was like school age lifting in 2001. Oh no. There was one other person there.
In a different weight class.
Just like school age juniors. I got fourth one year at the Collegiate Worlds. That was in Greece. That was fun. That was in like 2008. Been lifting though since like 2000. I started in middle school at DePalato Middle School, which is now like an elementary school in Vineland, New Jersey.
Vineland.
Vineland. And then
Love it.
went to LSU Shreveport, so like a northeast satellite of LSU, where they actually had a competitive weightlifting team. Got to train with Kendrick Ferris, who's kind of a big deal in weightlifting now.
Humble
Just
brag.
a little bit.
Yeah, just a
Humble
little
brag.
bit. Yeah, humble plug for
Humble.
Kendrick.
Name dropper.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do that so fucking much. You have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been lifting, been coaching, coach CrossFit. I've been coaching CrossFit for like 6 years now. Did a bunch of programming for a couple CrossFit gyms that made it to the games, for teams, and yeah.
Cool.
That's,
Pretty
been around for
accomplished.
a while.
He's a moderately good
I would say
weightlifter.
he's probably one of the most accomplished guys I've ever been around, but one of the most humble as well.
Yeah, you're fucking lying. Dude, it took me a long time to get to what you call humble, because if you have
Well-
no fucking idea, where anyone who knows me for more than like 8 years would be like, you just called Aaron
Yeah.
humble, you're full of fucking shit.
My eyes just rolled from the left side
Yeah,
of my head and
it was-
hit Aaron on the right side of the
It was
table.
kind of a backhanded compliment, but
I never did understand those.
all right. So I guess we can kind of start off with the elephant in the room, CrossFit. I mean, you guys are strong in the Olympic lifting area right now. Aaron's background is primarily in Olympic lifting.
I'm a mutt.
So what about CrossFit stereotypes?
Well, it's funny. I actually started coaching CrossFit. So when I was at school at LSUS, everybody hated CrossFit. All the weightlifters couldn't fucking stand CrossFit. You'd have the people come in, because our coach Kyle Pierce was like, he's probably the greatest American coach in my opinion, for sure. Other people would disagree, and that's fine, but he's highly, highly accomplished. And they would drop in, and we couldn't stand it, because they would snatch like shit, they would clean and jerk like shit, they would try to do stupid amount of reps, and everyone hated it. And we hated the form, we hated the way they were doing things and the technique. And I was part of that boat. I used to bash CrossFit non-fucking stop. I remember when it first came out down there, which was usually like 3 years behind everything else, because it's Louisiana.
Yeah.
I hated it. And then when I moved to Maryland to get my master's degree, I made a conscious effort to stop being part of the problem and be part of the solution. So I was sick and tired of like bashing something when I can actually do some good.
Yeah.
So I went into a CrossFit gym, which was CrossFit BWI, and now it's 12 Labors. They got third as a team in the games last year, I think. And I started coaching over there, and I wanted to help people do the shit better. And I actually, as much as I talk shit about CrossFit, I really do enjoy it. I mean, it's helped me make a living, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not just the whole idea of lifting. It's also the idea of meeting new people. I mean, there are people here that I would have never met.
Oh, yeah.
if
The
I
community
didn't
I
go.
love, dude.
Yeah.
The community's crazy awesome.
I think that was the biggest selling point for me, and not only the fact that it got my girlfriend into lifting, which I thought was awesome. The fact that she was able to pick up a barbell and be like, "What am I doing?" And the fact that she's doing snatches and stuff like that. I was like, "This is awesome. I think I can do this again."
Yeah.
Because I did Olympic lifting a little bit in college. I mean, to the extent of where I was doing hang cleans with wraps.
Yeah, oh my God. That's
And
the only time I ever got hurt.
Wide
Yeah.
grip clean and presses as snatches.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Quick
like
turnovers, muscle snatches, basically. Yeah.
half rep squats, and it was like, as much weight as you could put on the bar, just get it up.
Yeah, that was the only important part back then.
And it was crazy. But it was cool. I mean, I got pretty strong doing it, like doing stuff half-assed, and then realizing the correct way here, with the right coaches,
Sure.
I'm getting a little stronger, but it's taking some time.
Yeah, and
And it's
you touched on the
interesting.
point of good coaches. It's so I've been around long enough to see all the good and bad. I think we were one of the original 50 or 100 CrossFit affiliates to even affiliate with CrossFit. So we've been around for it's our 9th year now. We rode the wave of when we were competing in regionals on a blacktop to now they're competing in California, and for some reason they're in
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin this year. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell they're doing.
Beautiful
there,
setup.
but yeah, it's Wisconsin.
But that
anyway,
dude, that university is awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
It's so awesome.
it's
It's gonna be so cool.
It's Wisconsin. Anyway,
It is Wisconsin.
so it's cool.
I
to
heard they
kinda
have
Better
Better
than
than
North
cheese.
Dakota, man. Better than North Dakota.
Oh man.
barely. So it's cool to see like the wave and be there from the beginning of when I did my level 1. I did it in Matthews, North Carolina, which is in the middle of like East Bumblefuck, like in the woods. Flew into Charlotte and drove a half hour to even find the place. And
That's where we are right now. We are in East Bumblefuck, New Jersey, of
Yes.
all places.
Oh, But that's what it was. And now there's 10 certs a weekend at prominent locations, and there's a competition every weekend. And back in the day, if you wanted to do a local competition, you had to wait like 6 months to even find one, and there was 20 people there. And it's just really cool to see like the growth. It really taught me a lot because I didn't lift a single weight before CrossFit.
I remember.
In 2009. Thank you.
You should see the pictures of Joe when he was
You
younger.
should see the pictures of me in the hallway at
Oh
CrossFit.
my
Well, I mean, so I met Joe at Rowan when he transferred from South Florida,
Uh-huh.
and I had transferred from Kutztown. We were kind of in the same boat. We were both walking on and trying to figure out.
Pat hazed me.
Pat,
Yeah.
don't haze me, bro.
He was so much
Yeah.
bigger than me. He hazed me.
Oh my god.
But it was funny because we got to get to know each other because I was a long snapper in college as well.
Okay.
So I worked out with the special teams unit. But it's funny because Joe, I always thought of Joe as like this skinny dude that could kick the ball far as shit. And then all of a sudden I see a Facebook post come up like 6 months after he left football, and it was like he's doing clean and jerks and he's got a six pack. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
This fucking asshole.
I was like, gee, he looks like a fucking linebacker. But no, it was cool. I mean, because then kind of circling around and coming back here, it was like seeing where he's come and what he's done, and it's interesting because, you know, maybe would have never run into each other again if I didn't go to a CrossFit gym.
So cool. And it just, you know, to speak to that point of, I didn't touch a weight, you know, in practice at high school, it was, we did special teams first. Go ahead, Joe, go lift. And I would walk through the gym into my car and go home and didn't touch a single weight. And, you know, we were just messing around a couple months ago kicking the ball, and I'm kicking the ball 10 yards further than when I was playing at a Division I level. And it's amazing to see what it's done and changed my life. And so for all the little negative ticky-tack things that, you know, I've said about it and still have problems with, and there's things easy to fix if you come to a gym like we're at here, and it's just cool to see what it's done to my athletic career that is no longer a career.
Yeah, I think as a whole, we all like CrossFit more than we hate it. There's just certain things that we've come to hate so much that when we see it, it's so frustrating.
It's glaring.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And when you've
I
been
love it
around
so
for a
much.
long time, like when you've been to
Yep.
multiple gyms and worked in multiple places, you can see the same shit happening over and over and over and over. And you're like, all right.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
It's frustrating.
And I think that's the biggest complaint about it.
And I think that's part of the reason why CrossFit sometimes gets a bad name.
Oh, yeah.
Is
100%.
You know, the bad form and stuff like that. But I think that's
everywhere.
But it's a very small. I think it's a very small percentage when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because there are so many CrossFit gyms, but a good example is the whatever event that some of the members here did,
Oh God.
and it was just like hearing all the backlash about how brutal it was and how terrible the programming was for the event. And actually, one of our guys got hurt,
That was the worst
which
run
which
program
is a shame because
ever seen.
at any event or any competition, you don't want to have any of the athletes get hurt.
There's always a possibility, though, too. I mean, like, if
Yeah.
you're going to be a sport, like, yeah, no one wants to get hurt playing football.
Yeah.
But that shit happens all the time, and no
does.
one bats. Like,
Right.
my favorite thing I ever heard was a guy who hurt his back in CrossFit, and he had hurt his back years before, and he went to the same doctor, and the doctor was like, "All right, listen, you know, we're gonna get you back playing baseball." It was baseball. He's like, "All right, you hurt your back playing baseball, no big deal. You went in for a bad slide. We're gonna get you back. We're gonna get you back on the baseball field." He comes in like 7 years later, and he's like, "Oh, I hurt my back doing CrossFit." And he's like, "Oh, you gotta fucking stop that shit." Like, no, it's still a sport. You're still
yeah.
doing something. The possibility for injury is there. However, CrossFit is very unique in that you can make something that is like a workout that has a propensity to hurt somebody more than anything else.
Right. It's easy to attack. It's an easy attack from an outside person. I think it's a lot of jealousy.
Oh yeah.
You know, gym owners that lost clients to CrossFit they're jealous of the program. They're jealous of what it's done. And, you know, like you said, I mean, there's different gyms. We've been around so long. You could see the certifications hanging on the wall. You could see the talent level of the coaches that have come in here. You know, you have a 14-time weightlifting champion coaching in your gym. You go down the street to so-and-so fitness and there's nobody there. There's a coach there who just says, all right, guys, here's the workout. Let's start the clock. So
Yeah,
it's
and
a
I mean,
really...
and at any given time, working out in the gym, you could have 3 or 4 coaches in the gym.
Yeah, look, tonight we're in here.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I walk in and like, hey, you help this yeah, of course I can help. Like,
I can't tell you how many times I've been doing something and Joe will scream from the side, chest up, or, you know, stop yanking the bar off the ground.
Yeah, but
or,
that's why we do this though, is because we love it. Shots fired.
Hey, look out.
That's why
I didn't press anything, I promise.
But that's why we do this, is like to actually to help people. Thanks.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that was a nice one. All we want to really do is help people around, and it gets frustrating when someone comes in and they're like, I've never even heard that cue before. Or,
Right. Like, what are
wait,
they teaching you? Where
yeah,
were
like,
you? Like, what the
yeah.
hell were you doing for the last 3 years? I've been CrossFitting for 3 years, but I didn't know how to sit my weight
All
back
right.
on my heels.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what?
okay.
I think cues is a whole topic that we can definitely get into. But so I guess what makes a good box good?
Coaches.
Yeah,
Coaches?
100%. Coaches.
Coaches sell the business.
Yeah, the coaches and the that builds the atmosphere. The members are your billboard. We say, and I think we did a really good job over the years of breeding really talented coaches. And everybody that's come through here, whether they're still here or whether they're gone, they had that tenacity to go out there and learn and want to help people. Everybody had an overwhelming desire to help people, and I think that's why I'm even still here. I don't even CrossFit anymore, and I still come here to work out because of the community and because of the people. Like, I'll jump into a workout and it's so accommodating. It's so
It fucking pisses me off because you kill everybody in the workout too.
That's why I don't do workouts.
He's like,
Genetics,
oh.
Pat.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it is genetics.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's
talk about that later too.
it's just Joe's
Yeah.
genetics,
Yeah.
But that's it, though. Like, it's such a cool community, and they've done such a good job over the years of building that community. But it wouldn't be done without the coaches. You wouldn't have the people here. We wouldn't be up to 200 plus members. We wouldn't have gone from 30 people in a garage to 200, 250 members
Yeah.
in a 5,000 square foot pole barn in the woods with a running trail. Like, that would have never happened without that level of coaching.
Yeah, it's the evolution of it. You can't listen. Anybody can spend $1,000 in a weekend and get a certification. That does not make you a coach.
Is that all
I
you
know.
need to do with CrossFit? Because $1,000 in a certification.
That's it. That's it. You open a box, man. That's all it takes. But like I know people.
Crazy.
I know a girl, for example. I know a girl in Kansas, in like BFE, Kansas, who is amazing at coaching weightlifting. She's amazing at it. But the issue is that she doesn't have her CrossFit Level 1 or her, what the hell is it, USA Weightlifting certification. Does that mean that she can't? No, she can coach her fucking ass off.
Right.
But
In the eyes of CrossFit,
she's not allowed to
Yeah,
coach.
right.
Like, no, stop.
it's
Go
like a
fuck yourself
liability
on that.
standpoint, I guess.
Yeah, that was one of the big problems I had with, and I get it. They're capitalists. They did a fucking incredible job
Yeah.
of capitalizing on the term CrossFit.
And they still are.
Yeah,
It's
but to
Metcons. You're
spend-
doing metabolic conditioning. It's not
Yeah,
fucking CrossFit.
to
I
spend-
hate it's such an overused term.
to have
Sorry.
to spend $600 to get a certification, to piece of paper to say that you're allowed to coach weightlifting
Yeah.
is just, I spent $200 to train with 3 Olympians, one of them being the most decorated weightlifter in the history of the
Was
Olympics.
that
Wait, is that Aaron?
No, never went to the Olympics.
Hey.
I don't have a tattoo.
Oh,
of
you don't
rings
have a
on me.
tattoo?
I don't have a
Oh,
tattoo
man.
of Olympic rings on me. So
Is that frowned upon?
it's typically guys, if you don't go to the Olympics, don't get a fucking tattoo of Olympic rings on you. Just
You're not talking about anybody specific, are you?
oh god, don't even get me started. Yeah, that was a good one. That was well placed.
But that was the only thing that I had issues with, I guess you should say, because I only had 3 or 4 different certifications. But I spent time with, Liu Xiaojun, who's probably the best lifter on the planet
He's
right
amazing.
now. Ili Ilian, who's the most decorated Olympian to ever step foot on the platform. Yeah, until he got busted for horse tranks. He's a vegan now. He told me he was a vegan. He's a
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah, I believe that.
240.
Yeah, just letting you guys know though, if you're like, being a vegan in weightlifting is extremely unheard of. I know one man who does it drug free, which is still mind blowing to me.
That doesn't make sense. That's genetics. That's clearly genetics.
Oh, shut the fuck up. It is not genetics. We're gonna get on that.
That is
we're literally.
unfathomable.
We are, because we
To
have
be
one chubby
vegan?
guy sitting here and 2 rather lean dudes.
Lean. That's right. Thank you for not saying small,
I
Pat.
appreciate not
that.
using skinny or that.
Yeah,
It's-
small.
had-
Don't
I-
skinny shame me, bro. I hate that. I've been going on that all day. Don't skinny shame me. Yeah. Yeah, Arnold was a twig back in the day. Arnold was a
Did
twig
you see
back
his
in the
pictures
day.
when he was 19, dude? He was never a twig.
He was a twig. He was a very lean man.
He was very lean.
He was small.
So this
Dude,
vegan
Arnold was never.
weightlifter-
Dude, Arnold was never small.
So Kendrick Ferris is actually a vegan weightlifter or has been for a long time. Granted, he gained a lot before that being a meat eater. Not to say that you need to eat meat in order to be a
Sure.
weightlifter. But I'm saying that that beer opening
That
was
was
awesome.
awesome.
Did you guys hear
Yeah,
that?
there's totally like 2 half-drank bottles of whiskey, a
Yes.
6-pack of IPAs for Pat.
Yeah, it's a great day. He built a lot of that up ahead of time, which I think is important. Like
Sure.
like I say the same thing about steroid use. Like just you don't actually have to continue doing steroids to continue being strong. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. Once that base is built, it's built.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
Yeah, you
But
don't
it just
need-
kind of
Not
hampers
totally.
the way that you can recover.
Exactly, but
Right.
that doesn't necessarily mean at that point that you need to beat the weights down
Right.
all the time. Like, a great example of what we're going to talk about later is me coming back to weightlifting.
Exactly.
Like, it didn't take a whole lot. It was already built up. All I
Right.
had to do was like revamp it a little
Just
bit.
start training again.
Yeah.
So if you guys were to pick a place to work out, what do you look for in a place to work out? Because I know I look.
Kilogram plates.
Yeah, there's gotta be
Kilogram
kilo
plates.
Yeah.
It has to be
and-
kilo plates so I can fabricate how much weight I'm lifting.
Yeah.
Because most people can't calculate kilos.
Yeah.
I would say like 99% of the people in the U.S. can't, but
You know what? Though? No, there's something to say about that too, because if a gym has kilogram plates, and this is my theory,
It is. I know what you're about to say.
they are very serious and understanding about what they're diversifying. Like just having pound plates is cool. Everyone's happy. You know, like everyone knows what it weighs or has a concept of what it weighs. Kilos and pounds are the exact same. They all weigh something. But what it does is it shows you their dedication to their athletes more than their dedication to their bottom line.
Right. They're diversifying. They're creating another.
so are you saying that kilo plates are more expensive than
No,
pound plates?
no, they're not. Not at all.
Because that's something that I don't know anything about as far as purchasing
Kilogram
weights.
plates and
Well,
pound
it's not so
plates are
much
exactly
the
the same.
plates actually being there. It's the image of the plates being there that you go in and
Okay.
the coach. They are diversifying. They're understanding that it's not just about CrossFit or it's not just about
Yeah, they're
pounds. Like,
servicing weightlifters. They
Right.
if they have
They
gymnastics
get it.
rings, right? We have wooden gymnastics rings.
right.
Why don't we have plastic gymnastics rings?
There's one.
There is one, but wooden gymnastics rings are more typical towards gymnasts.
Right.
Now, if we had the actual straps that would attach, I would say that would even be more so. If we had a balance beam or something like that, just to play around on, why not?
Right.
So we're appeasing the masses, basically.
Well, it's look at. There's no. What's the greatest flavor of ice cream?
Mm.
What's the best? What's the best flavor of ice cream?
Well, I'm a
Pat?
basic bitch, dude. I like vanilla.
Okay. Okay, Joe. What's your favorite
I
flavor?
like chocolate.
There is no greatest. I like Rocky Road.
Right.
There's no greatest flavor of ice cream. Shots fired. Exactly. you know what Ben and Jerry's did amazingly? It's not the best flavor of ice cream. It is what is the best flavors of ice
Yeah.
cream. It's go to more people. Sell it's selling more things.
Yeah, expand.
Expand. Yeah.
Open
that's
your
all
mind.
it is.
If I walk into a gym with kilo plates, they've opened their mind and they're not so self-centered, self-focused that.
This is
there's
a
other things
CrossFit
out there.
gym. This is
Yeah.
just all we do is CrossFit is all of this. It's gymnastics.
Well, and that's kind of the thing that I was thinking of when I first started CrossFit was that I've been doing this type of stuff my whole life, training football in high school. You know, all of the training methods were everything that we do in a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
Whether it's a lift and then a
Differently
run,
structured, that's all.
lift, and like different sort of movements.
Wrestling
like a
practice was the
Metcon.
same thing.
Exactly. It's a lot of body weight stuff, pull-ups,
That's it.
push-ups,
Handstand
handstand push-ups, stuff like that. So I've like, it was really funny because
I never worked out before CrossFit.
It's because
I
you're a
worked,
fucking
dude.
kicker.
I worked out so much before CrossFit, and coming in here, it was one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had because, one, I learned how to lift correctly,
Yeah.
which
That's my favorite thing.
Huge.
yeah, and I went to a CrossFit gym prior to coming here, and kind of got a basic feel for what it was. Not 100%, but it was okay.
Yeah,
Got me
felt it
kind
out.
of
You're a smart enough guy to get the gist of it.
Yeah, it got me into it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I've done this before. And then came here, and I was like, holy fucking shit. This is awesome.
Different level.
It was cool because I was like, well, I can still back squat as much as I want.
Yeah.
I can still bench press.
Yeah.
I can still deadlift.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking sign me up. Let's do this. I mean,
do it
I'll
right.
learn how to clean.
That takes
Wait,
you
hold on, I
back
can-
to
yeah.
what you look for is it's coaching.
Yeah.
And it's programming and it's you were lucky enough to get a taste, Aaron and I have traveled, we've seen other gyms, but you as a member, is more powerful than hearing us because we could be biased.
Yeah.
I'm not biased at all.
And it's hard to say like programming. Like what
Right.
makes a good program? When you walk into a gym, you're like, oh yeah, 37 muscle ups, and then yeah, we'll do some thrusters. Like that makes perfect sense.
That's my biggest problem with
Like you have no
I
fucking
like
idea.
I like the idea of having a goal at the end of 12 weeks. I think that makes a good program.
I like 17 weeks
Yeah,
personally.
different feelings.
Just 17 weeks.
Why?
We can go into that. 4 weeks of 10s,
Okay.
4 weeks of 5s, 4 weeks of 3s. How many weeks is that?
12.
12.
Maybe 3 weeks of peaking,
Okay.
taper week, test week.
That makes a lot of sense, and I would have never thought about that.
Yeah, that's my weightlifting
So
background though.
that's a smart way of programming. For me, I've only dealt with 12 weeks here, and I like the idea of having a goal.
Right.
So you're gonna start off with high reps, but you'll test first.
Yeah, hypertrophy. That's 10 reps.
But you'll also test your 1 rep max prior to that 10 rep max.
As you well should.
So you see where you are, and then in 12 weeks, if you're not stronger, you're fucking doing something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have that goal. You
Yeah.
can't just do buys and tries every Friday, like you said. And
Yeah. I did
I mean,
that
you
too.
can.
I did it for years, and you know what? I was strong as fuck, but I was always injured.
Yeah.
I always had elbow
There's no end game.
tendonitis, and it was just like
There's nothing measurable.
but I wasn't eating right.
Right.
So it's always chubby. Like I was always the chubby strong guy, and I mean, we're looking at a bag of Gates goodies,
Oh, man.
a little plug there.
Gates
Oh,
goodies.
man.
The
Those
Oreo truffles.
Those are the
She,
best cake balls I've ever had
She
in my
packed
entire
us.
life.
Oh my god, she packed us some balls,
They're delicious balls.
and yeah.
They're white on the outside, but they're black on the inside.
Kate's goodies are delicious.
Oh my. Yeah. Yeah. That was a dick and
That's gonna-
fart joke.
it's gonna be,
100%.
be a lot of that
100%
later.
dick and fart joke.
Um,
Andrew's gonna love this. Come on.
All
Pat.
right, yeah,
Keep
so-
yours to the right way.
All right, now we're gonna pull up-
we're so far off.
we're pulling back.
I'm ecstatic
Yes.
to do this. Like not even like to get off topic, but this is like the most exciting part of my last like fucking month. Like putting on like a suit and tie like during the day. Like
gets
for me
boring.
to get in here and like just shoot shit with you guys and talk about life and not
Yes.
like care what's talked about.
I
And,
feel like I fucking live here.
And we
Yeah,
care about
I've
what
been
the
there.
people think too. So
yeah, and it's
we
just
want to
cool.
know what you guys think about us.
Yeah, please send us like, Aaron, I hate you. You're an asshole. Or like, Joe, you're the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Or Pat, your butt looks beautiful in leggings. Like, send
It
us
does.
these
It
things.
does,
or
by the
like,
way.
or questions. Like,
Yeah.
questions are super important. So if you guys have questions, ask them.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I know I'm basically no more qualified than one of our listeners, but the questions do mean a lot because we have very good resources at our disposal, and we're going to have guests on this podcast down the road. So,
Yeah, ask me who you want to be on, and maybe we'll find them.
yes,
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
we have a lot.
we all
of
have
resources.
very good resources within the industry.
We want to talk to people that you guys actually want to hear from.
Yeah. But not to dive too far down into that, I think a very good topic that we have right now is Aaron competing again.
Oh God.
Woo!
Thanks. That's what
Is
it's
that
gonna
you
be.
Wait,
bombing?
the
Is that
wrong
you
one?
bombing out in the
Oh,
snatch?
God.
No, don't you say that. I've only bombed out one time. Do you know that?
Oh man.
You know when it was? The Junior Worlds
In
the
Greece?
in the Czech Republic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Czechs? Did they let you home?
Oh my God, dude, that day.
All right.
It was horrible. And
So
I
we're
bombed out
gonna-
in the clean and jerk.
Both?
No, just the clean and jerk.
No,
I was
no.
gonna say,
I
you
made
can't
one
even go.
snatch. I snatched like 105 or something. I opened with 105, made 105, and that was it. It was a fucking horrible day.
Jesus. Were
Oh,
you even
God.
training?
Yeah, I was dating a girl at the time.
Oh, no.
I can
Oh, it
tell
was the girl.
stories for days.
It was the girl.
I
We'll
can
blame
give
the girl.
I can give ton of excuses.
All
Fact
right.
of the matter is I bombed out.
Focus.
but yeah. Fuck us.
You're making your return.
Yeah.
Why?
So,
I'm intrigued because
Yes.
I've known you
Alright.
for 3 years. We've trained together a little bit.
I mean,
Time
I
to
met
time.
Aaron. He was this weird little dude with long hair.
I had dreads at the
Dreads,
time.
you
That's
had
right.
dreads,
And
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
was like, I was like, so funny story before we jump into this.
Yeah, this
Who
is
is
is,
fucking
is
guy?
I was Katie's brother, my girlfriend's brother. So
Humble
he,
brag.
wait, my humble brag. He was talking about this little dude at CrossFit Off the Grid where they come,
Wait, who's Katie's brother?
Kevin.
Oh my
You didn't know that?
God.
Dude, they have the
Oh, they
same.
both have the same last name. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
All right,
Got it.
Okay, focus. Bring it in. All right, so he's like this little guy at the gym, strong as fuck, cleans everything, cleans all the weights,
Cleans
and I'm
everything.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Wax that shit.
Jesus Christ! I'm like, there's no way. Like, I was like, I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna be the strongest guy in the gym. I know it. I was very. This was before I came. So I was like, okay. I walk into the gym and I see Aaron working out,
Asshole.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do? And he has like what? He has like 230 snatching. Is that accurate?
Kilos.
Oh,
Probably
105.
No,
Okay.
105.
It was like 105.
Yes.
105.
Yeah.
To the masses, I am not a kilo guy. I am
Yeah, it
a
was like-
pounds
We're
snatching
guy.
105.
It was probably like 100.
I
105,
count
something
in
like that.
45s, by the way. I do
I
not.
still can't figure out, dude. Every time there's 345s on, I'm like, how much? Is this?
315, dude.
It's almost
315.
It's like 143.
Every time. Every time it is
143.
315.
All right,
Yeah, 143. That's fucking weird.
you're weird.
I'm not weird. Anyway, so I'm like, no way. And then I see this little dude walk up to the thing with like dreads. And I'm like, what the fuck?
They're
He's got like,
sexy.
I was like,
He's
oh.
about to deadlift in a
I
really
was like,
weird wide
I was
grip.
like, oh, he's gonna do like a weird, like a snatch deadlift, and I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, it's over his head, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Logic does
was
not
like-
compute.
My like, you ever see like the commercial with Jet, and it's like they're like looking about how like the prices change in the cart when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
add
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and their heads explode.
Yeah.
That was me. I was like, my head exploded, and I was like, holy shit, this guy, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, okay,
I need
cool.
to be
I
here.
was like, I'm definitely in the right spot. And then I had a class with Aaron, and I was like, all right, very nice dude. And he started complimenting on my butt, and I was
Nice. Of course.
like, well, this is interesting. And he was like, look how tight it is. And I was like,
I have tons of
Oh,
no homo
God.
boyfriends and shit.
oh,
Everyone
what?
needs
It's
a
like Lawrence.
Guys don't get Lawrence. Guys don't get enough compliments in the gym. I swear.
Seriously.
Like, girls get gawked at nonstop in gyms.
I'm not allowed to lift in my singlet anymore.
No, you are not.
Yeah.
BDJ.
What does that even mean? What is BDJ? Oh my God!
Nothing.
What is this? I need to know.
Touche.
I just
Go ahead,
made it
keep
up.
going.
Oh
Guys
my
don't
God.
get any compliments
Guys
in the
don't get
gym.
any compliments in the gym, so I feel the need to give it to them, even though it's awkward as fuck.
It's funny though because you
Alright.
play along with it very well. So,
Alright.
all right. So, why are you returning and competing?
So about 9 months ago, my girlfriend was impregnated by me.
Hey. Congratulations, buddy.
No, I'm-
Even though I've known for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you made a natural thing sound kind of weird.
It's yeah, I got like 2 weeks left till this baby's supposed to come out.
Uh-oh.
But my girlfriend said to me, she was like, "Why don't you compete again?" So I thought to myself, well, I might not have any more time after this. Like, I want to be a good father. I want to be there and be present. And training does take a lot of time. At least what I was used to training takes a lot of time. Because I was used to literally that was my job. I was on the top 8 U.S. Olympic team type thing, like where you got stipends. Like, this was my scholarship. Like, this was my job every day. I never missed a training session. Okay, as much as like everyone, we'll have guests on who will talk about my lack of training. I always showed up. I just showed up way earlier than everybody else. And she said, "Why don't you do it? Why don't you try to go and make the American Open again?" So I went to the gym the next day and I snatched a nominal amount of weight and clean and jerked a nominal amount of weight, enough to qualify me. And I was like, yeah, I can probably do this again. So it's kind of funny. I went to the national championships last year, and my buddy Sean Hutchinson, who I'm actually competing against, and I'm technically his coach.
Awkward.
Well, I win either way. If he beats me, I mean, I still win because I coached him to beat me, which is awesome. Because Sean's actually never beaten me in competition. Oh my God! Yes. Sean's never beaten me in competition.
So is Sean a guy that you grew up with? Or?
Sean Hutchinson, yeah, he's a 62-kilogram lifter. He's now a full-time CrossFitter, says he.
Just before we move on, if anybody wants to keep that in perspective, 62 kilos is about 135 pounds.
136.3,
yeah,
I think.
And just to keep
Aaron
that-
snatched 105, clean and jerked 150. What is your best snatch? 115?
Yeah, about 150.
Put that
Right.
now. Transfer that into pounds.
255 pounds, 330 pound clean and jerk
So-
at 136 pounds. Just to
So
put that in perspective.
I weigh 2 Aarons, and he snatches more than me.
I mean,
And clean and jerks.
And clean and jerks because I suck at jerking. Well,
I disagree. From experience, no, I'm just kidding.
So
I don't
who-
have any
who's
experience. So yeah, Sean. So Sean was supposed to go out to the national championships in Salt Lake City. He got a little sick right before, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go anyway. So out there, a guy that we normally compete against named Derek Johnson was lifting. And Derek Johnson bombed out with a 150 clean and jerk. Absolutely. So I decided that day that I was going to go into the training hall in my newly purchased Nike Metcons. Thank you, Kenny and Barb. Because I
Those
refuse to buy shoes.
Famous black and gray ones that you always wear.
No, they are the
Black and gold.
They are now gray and gold, and they are retired because I did a roofing job, and now there's tar all over the bottom of them.
That's interesting.
But
I guess that's another story for another day.
oh god, you can yeah, we can go on that for days. So that was a horrible joke. I went into the training hall and decided that I was going to jerk from the rack 150 kilos cold. And I didn't do it cold. I loaded the bar up to 100, 120, 140, 150. And I jerked 150 kilos. And I sent the video to a friend of mine who then said that you should post this on the internet.
And that's 3:30, right?
Yeah, 3:30. And I posted it on the internet, and it was really funny. And my one of my lifters who was competing, Angel, was there, and she was like, "You're a fucking, you're a
Savage.
freak."
All right, we're gonna go back to this second.
Savage.
330 pounds. And Aaron, how much do you weigh?
Well,
Not in kilos.
At the time,
Yeah, not in kilos. In pounds.
well, it's kind of funny. At the time, I weighed like 130.
Yeah,
When
so-
I stopped lifting, I
Emaciated.
lost a shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
emaciated.
I was
130.
like a twig.
and had 330 pounds over your head.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's
You can still see the videos on my Facebook.
it is. I check it out every now and then to put myself back
Late
into
at
place.
night while you're sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I suck at this.
So, yeah, so I did that, and I like just wanted to prove to myself that I could still jerk more than Derek, because Derek and I were huge rivals. So, push come to shove, eventually Megan was like, "Yeah, you should lift weights, my girlfriend," and so I decided that I was going to compete again. And at that competition, I had met my favorite weightlifter of all time, Vernon Pateo, who's a very unknown weightlifter, but he went to 2 Olympics. He went to 88 and 92. And he, as a 60-kilo lifter, which is 132 pounds, since you're going to make me do the fucking conversions
Yep.
all the
Yes.
time, snatched 132 kilos, or 130 kilos, which
286.
286, and clean and jerked 162 and a half, which is bonkers, like insane. He was my favorite lifter of all time. He's the most amazing person I've ever met. I said, "Will you coach me? If you coach me, I'll go to the American Open." And he was like, "Absolutely." He knew my dad. My dad and mom moved to Hawaii actually a couple years ago, and they lived like across the street from him. And that's how I ended up getting to meet my favorite weightlifter of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, competing before, and now competing now.
Mhm.
What has changed in Aaron?
Time.
What makes Aaron better now than he was then?
Oh God, humbleness.
And what do you mean by humbleness?
I thought I was the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread.
And
for
there's nothing wrong with
years.
that either. Like, there's nothing wrong with thinking that you're great.
That got me. Listen, and I'll say this. That got me so far, like thinking that I was the greatest thing
Inner
ever.
belief.
Yeah, because
You have to have that.
He's like the McGregor of weightlifting.
Yeah.
you
Apologize to nobody.
Oh my God,
It's the
yeah,
best line ever.
it is.
No, but seriously, you need to have that inner confidence to think that you're the best all the time in order to succeed, because in the times that you fail, it doesn't bring you down that far.
No, my ego, I couldn't fit through most doors with my ego the size my head was.
Right.
And now, through some self-discovery, mostly like meditation and stuff like that, I've come to realize that that's not necessarily the best way to live for everyone else, because I want to serve other people rather than just my own ego. So because of that, I've done a lot of things to kind of center myself, which is like a super fucking hippie term that I hate using, but I just I do things differently now. I don't do things for my own self. I do things for the sake of others. So like when my daughter gets born, I want to eventually, when she's older, be like, "Hey, like daddy lifted in this competition like a week before you were born, or 2 weeks before you were born, or whatever it is. And he did this not for his own self, but he did this to show you that he can still be strong for you, no matter what, and anything you need."
I don't feel like this is the last time that you'll compete, though.
Oh hell no.
I think
It's
that
so addicting.
you'll have the baby.
Yeah.
You'll be a good father,
Yeah. Aw.
and
I'm totally cutting to the 62 class to compete against you.
so am
You're
I.
gonna fucking lose.
I'm competing. I'm gonna
I'll
drop
be
down
dead
too.
cutting 30 kilos.
You're fucking gonna die. And
Wait, so how much would I have to lose?
a lot.
I was
person.
200.
Another Aaron.
An Aaron.
Another Aaron.
You'll have to lose an Aaron.
So I have to lose an Aaron.
Big deal.
All right, so I was 269 this morning.
Were you really?
Yes, which is I started out
You
here.
way too Aarons. Holy
I
shit.
started out here at 299.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So
Did running get you there?
no.
Right.
Breathing heavy did.
Metcons.
That's it, dude. All you gotta do is breathe heavy.
No, you know what, dude? Honestly, to be honest with you, the eating right did. I've always worked out hard
Cool.
everywhere, but eating right did.
Of course.
But I'm not the focus here.
You always are, Pat.
All right, so a training schedule.
Yeah.
Being a coach at CrossFit and having a training schedule
Oh man,
can
that balance.
can be
That was
somewhat daunting,
It's absolutely brutal.
right?
That's why I say I live here.
Exactly. So now, how do you balance that? How do you get to the point where you're going to compete in the American Open, which is pretty fucking awesome,
It's cool.
and then coach too?
So, I think most people who retire from a sport, wrestling, football, anything, and then end up going back to their sport, learn something from not doing it. They learn a lot because you actually get to take a step back and reflect and say like, oh, here's all the mistakes I made. Here's what I did. Here's where I fucked up.
Time management.
Yeah, time management especially. I mean, sometimes, dude, I have to train at 4 o'clock in the morning. Literally. I get to the gym sometimes at 3:30 in the morning, and I clean the gym because I coach 5:15 a.m. And those people deserve to have a clean gym. I say that all the time. Just because they wake up early doesn't mean that they deserve to have a shithole from the night before.
But you also have a pretty valid or pretty good following at 5:15.
I mean,
all right?
yeah, 20 people waking up at 5:15 is...
And I would say a lot of it is due to you.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm far off by saying that.
No.
I appreciate that.
Which comes back to what you guys said about good coaching.
Of course.
So
I dedicate myself to those people.
I've tried to get there.
You did it twice.
I did it a couple times, but dude, I
Literally a couple.
yeah.
That's
Literally.
I don't. I give,
Twice. Twice.
and I'm sure Candace.
And he woke Katie up too to like make sure she went cold
And you know what,
blooded.
man? I told Candace and I told
savage.
Matt all the time that I would be there, and
He lied his
I just
fucking ass off.
lied
What a
right
savage.
to them, right to their face.
Oh yeah, I'll try to make it.
And it's funny because I always told them, I said, there's two Pats. There's rational Pat and irrational Pat. Rational Pat is late at night where he's like, I'm gonna get up at 5:15. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna get in good shape.
4:45.
And then at fucking when the alarm goes off, irrational Pat comes in and goes, "Fuck you! You're going back to sleep.
See, it's
This
funny.
is bullshit."
Like when I wake up at 3:15 and Megan like looks over at me and she's like, "Really?" And it's not like I set my alarm. I stopped setting my alarm years ago. I just wake up at 3:15 sometimes because I'm in that mode. And she'll say, you know, she'll look at me and just kind of, "Oh, you leaving?" Like, "Yeah, I want to go train. I want to get strong for you and the baby." And I'll go to the gym and I'll train sometimes at 4 in the morning. Sometimes I train at 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes I train at 4 o'clock. Sometimes I train under my carport in winter, which is right now where it's cold like today. I just do what I can when I can. It's just different than when I was younger. I'm not in college anymore. I'm not.
Have you changed up your programming?
Oh God, yeah. I don't. So I used to do the LSUS programming, but which you can find online, probably anywhere. Just Google search it. Now I do Vernon's programming, which is more of a custom program. It's probably more of a mix between a like Bulgarian, Cuban, American hybrid, which means nothing to anyone who's lifting. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's just a bunch of hodgepodge that no one fucking understands. So yeah, I've changed my programming up a lot. I only train about 4 days a week now. Sometimes 5, sometimes 3, sometimes 2.
Quality over quantity?
Yeah, I go by how my body feels. I'm a little bit older now. Not to say that I'm out of my peak range because I'm only 28, but I took 5 years off of lifting. Like, I literally did not lift a weight besides, like, one training session every month to shut somebody up who was talking shit. and then
Fair enough.
where my ego creeps back in.
That's fine. You gotta have one.
And
Everybody has one.
and then I like literally just jumped into it and was like, "No, I'm gonna do this."
Awesome. Well, we're very excited. I know I'm very excited to watch it.
I'm amped. I'm actually
So
amped to
excited.
see a ton of people compete. I haven't been around these people.
And that's another question. Who are you looking? Who is your favorite person that you want to see right now compete?
Erin Andika or Erin Wallace.
Okay.
I think she's lifting as a 69. She was a lifter at LSUS. Met Carlos Andika, who is a Olympian from Colombia. Moved down there to Colombia to be with him. It's the most insane thing ever. And I haven't seen her in 6, 7, 8 years. And I'm just excited to see her lift again. I haven't seen her in a hot minute.
And what weight class is she in?
I think 69s. I think 69 kilos. I'm not gonna put that into pounds because that's rude.
Because I just started watching some of these ladies do Olympic lifting, and my God, are some of them strong.
I did not think you were gonna say strong. I thought you were gonna say another S word.
Strong.
Yeah. Starts with S,
they're-
ends in Y.
Yeah. I was trying to leave the.
So how about this? How about we go to this one? The one that I'm really excited about.
Okay.
Alyssa Ritchie versus Courtney Batchelor. So they're the lighter weight classes. Alyssa Ritchie is actually a CrossFitter, was in Grid, the professional CrossFit league, basically.
That's a crazy league, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
out there.
I was
Completely
Not a big
insane.
fan of that league.
I
I
was
feel like that's
involved
like
with
all
it.
the bad
Yeah.
stuff in CrossFit.
I was
Yeah.
supposed to be an assistant coach for the
Interesting.
Baltimore team.
How
but-
fast can we sprint and do things?
Bad.
I like that portion of it though. I like the sprinting portion. I like the team aspect where you get to tag in and out.
That's so cool, but it lends itself to the shittiest technique
All
and
right,
form
ever.
possible.
We'll talk about that another time.
Alright.
Talk about your friends.
So Alyssa Ritchie and Courtney Batchelor. I don't actually know Alyssa Ritchie personally. Courtney Batchelor I do know fairly well. They're probably going to go head to head, and that's going to be a really
Were they
sick.
53, 56?
I think they're like 58 or 63
Yeah.
kilo. So about around the same as me.
Right.
These girls are strong as shit though. The 90 kilogram class and the 90 kilogram plus class finally, like for women, comes about. So they just restructured the weightlifting classes. So now there's two bigger weight. So it used to be 75 and 75
Right.
plus. Now it's 75, 90, and 90 plus, which is like 200 pounds and then 200 pounds plus.
Right.
So that's going to be sick because there's going to be a new record set and stuff
Sure.
like that. Travis Cooper, who actually used to go to LSUS with us.
Yeah. Is he a 77 or 85? Did he drop down to
he's
77 still?
now. This guy's been a 77, 85, 94, 85, 77.
Yeah.
Like he's gone through all these different weight classes. Talk about a guy who like loses weight and can fluctuate his weight really well. He's amazing. He's going to be competing against Pompino, Anthony Pompino, which is going to be that's going to be fun. Those two can go head to head like nonstop. It's going to be awesome. So those are the ones that I'm really excited about. Wesley Kitts, who's a CrossFitter technically.
Fucking monster.
He's
Jesus Christ,
dude, he's
man.
a beast. He like came out of nowhere last year and won nationals. Just
Absolutely
like
nowhere.
oh, I'm just gonna win. Cal strength guy, right? It's so sick, dude. The guy's an animal. Clean and jerks a shitload.
Yeah.
He has heart.
200, 205? I just
Yeah.
saw him. And
Dude, he
CrossFitter.
He literally, when I saw him at Salt Lake City at nationals last year, lifted straight out of heart. There's no way you should be able to lift this,
Right.
and he just gutted it out. It was fucking amazing. So I'm excited to watch those guys lift. But yeah,
And that's where, in Orlando?
yeah, Orlando, right outside of what's that place called? Disney World that everyone goes to?
Yeah, Disney.
I think
That
it's
random
Disney.
place in Orlando.
Yeah, where they bought like 1,000 acres of something.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I just watched all the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I want to go. I was in the Harry Potter world area.
I think you're going to say in one of the movies.
I was
God,
in.
I was waiting.
I was Ronald
Were
Weasley.
you Hagrid?
No.
Were you Hagrid?
Harry
Mind
Potter.
you, Pat's a ginger, so
Yeah. What did I say,
he
Daywalker?
has no
Here?
soul. He has no
he's
soul.
a
I have a
thief.
soul,
No, he
and I
hasn't, he
do
just
see in
steals them.
color.
He has no fucking soul.
I see in color, and I have a soul. I have a red beard.
I was gonna say, and he has a red beard, which means he has no soul.
That's
true.
mean. That hurts my feeling.
He's
Good.
a soul thief.
Good.
I'm excited. I might actually go to Orlando in March just because it's exciting.
Yes.
No.
It is a pretty cool place.
Disney's fun.
But yeah, I did watch all the Harry Potter movies, and I was in Harry Potter World last March, and I had no idea what the fuck was happening. And
I'm
Katie-
going to be the Harry Potter of weightlifting. I'm going to lift things with my wands.
Dost thou even Leviosa?
Oh my God! After I drop a weight, I swear I'm gonna look at the camera because they're doing the online thing. I'm like, Lingadium
awesome.
Leviosa.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so this section we're gonna do questions.
Okay.
These are questions that I think are relevant, and I think will
Which means they're not.
funny. No, which will I think generate some conversation, but I think will spark some interest. We'll start off with CrossFit questions. And do many gyms require continuing education of its staff?
No.
And why not?
If you say require,
So let's say
I
like
would
so
say no.
yeah.
A lot
So
of the ones that I've been in. The good ones, if you walk into our gym and there's 20 certifications hanging on the wall, they're not required. That's the level of coaching that we have of people who want to continue their education and become better coaches and become better resources for your athletes. And that's the reason why you walk into a gym like this and you see the difference between here and you see, a gym in Washington Township or a gym in Williamstown on the other end or a gym in wherever. And you can tell the difference in quality of coaching, not by the certification on the wall, because a piece of paper doesn't make you a good coach.
Just means you have the money to pay for the certification.
Right. But I think it's more the desire to better yourself that piece of paper says, not the knowledge level.
I say it all the time. Like I never got a gymnastics certification.
Right.
What I did, I went to the University of Maryland, called up the gymnastics coach, and was like, I need you. One of the gymnastics coach, and was like, I need you to teach me gymnastics. I can do a muscle up. Show me how to do it right. I can do a handstand push up. Show me how to do it right. Tell me what you know. And he was like, well, it's kind of hard. It's gonna take a long time. And then he met me, and I did a bunch of that shit. And he was like, oh, all right, we can do this. Like is that a certification?
Right.
No. Is that continuing education? Absolutely, in my
yeah,
opinion.
no, absolutely, it's continuing education.
Big difference. I went down to DC.
Yeah, the Lu Xiaojun.
Lifted
Yeah.
with Lu Xiaojun, Tian Tao, like two of the best lifters on the planet right now, for $200. Drove to DC, signed up at like 8 a.m., drove down at like 10 a.m. Did a seminar in King of Prussia with Klokov and Ilian and Plavnikov. Like, we're talking like
And
three of
he
the
has.
best lifters.
I saw the videos.
Yeah, the guy's like
See the clean and press of
like-
160
yeah,
kilos,
he's like 352. He's
Yeah.
like fucking Thor.
Dude, we were talking
It's
about
ridiculous.
it. I watched him do a in the
He's juiced out of his fucking
dude,
mind.
in the
Oh, God.
snatch position, like lifting, like
He's
it was
seated like he has no
200
femurs.
Yeah,
Like, that's how vertical he is as a 105
Yeah.
lifter. Like, that's not supposed to happen.
I remember when Klokov was like, all right, so Dimitri's dad, Dmitry
Yeah.
Klokov, and Kyle's
president
dad
of
were
Russian
like
weightlifting.
best friends.
Really?
Yeah, so they used to like exchange vodka and whiskey. I remember Dimitri when he went to the Arnold years ago. He was like this
That guy was in
skinny.
85, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like, I think he was just out of the 70s. He was a twig.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he just became a monster
He's like
of a human
literally
being.
like fucking
and now
Thor.
he literally is a brand.
yes.
I feel like almost he's not even human. He
Well,
is
there
the,
is this thing called the Klokov press now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a Klokov press, the Klokov complex. Like, he's
Yeah.
like his own
I know the
brand. It's
complex.
crazy.
I didn't know about the
Press
press.
is the one behind your back,
That's called a behind the neck press,
but he does it like in
where
a
they
certain
snatch
way.
grip.
Yeah,
That's called a behind the neck snatch grip press.
and they call it the Klokov press.
Fucking goddamn.
Maybe because he
not his
does more
fault.
than anyone ever has.
Whatever.
All right,
Sots
you know what?
press is a thing.
Next
Yeah.
thing we're gonna do
Sots.
Seriously.
is we're gonna create an Aaron press.
Jesus.
Work on it.
Work
Didn't we
on
just
it.
talk about your ego?
Yeah.
See, no.
We're building the
Cat's
ego.
feeding into the ego.
We're
don't
building the
need this.
ego.
Did you want to know that you're the reason why I started competing in weightlifting again?
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. I hate you guys. So
That was
fucking
actually
much.
like a half serious, but in the spur
Really?
of the
You
moment.
started?
Yeah, man. I got tired of fucking breathing heavy and doing burpees again, and I just
God.
realized that after
I wrestled for too long to do CrossFit.
God.
Fuck
after
that.
8 years of just continually beating my body into the ground, it just wasn't fun anymore.
You know
I would
what?
come for like a week and then I'd stop. I'd come for a month and then I'd stop. And I just loved lifting weights. And then I didn't have anybody. I literally have trained my entire life, the 8 years of CrossFit and lifting, by myself. I've never had anybody to train with. It sucks. And I think that's why, like,
But you know what?
At
A
this-
lot of people use that as an excuse, though, Joe.
I don't know that it's an excuse. I think it's just more of a
No, they use
you want
it
that
as-
camaraderie. Like, it's
Yeah.
not why I stopped doing it. Like, I woke up, I coached 6:30, I worked out at 7:30, I coached 8:30, 9:30, I worked out at 11:30, I took a nap, I coached 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, and then I worked out at 6:30. There was no excuse to not train. It's just more fun when you're on that platform and I'm on the one next to it, and you're lifting with somebody. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
completely agree.
so much different.
Well, I
and
mean,
so
there are
much
really
better.
only a couple people that do the type of training that you guys do here.
It's
Sure.
just
Even in
different.
CrossFit, though, I was training by myself 3 times a day for 4 years.
I did
Well,
that.
but at the same
Sucks.
point, there are only a couple people that were at your level, too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So when you talk about somebody training with you, it would be like you lapping somebody.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like when we were at school, that was the craziest part. Was like, dude, on Saturdays, shit would fucking go down.
Yeah.
Everyone on Saturdays snatched as heavy as they could, clean and jerked as heavy as they could, and then front squatted for a triple for whatever the fuck you felt like. But like those days, like on Saturdays, were the heat. Sean and I would go. Well, Sean would show up like 45 minutes later than he should, and then warm up for a fucking hour, and then figure out what I did, and then by the time I was done my workout, which would take like an hour and a half, he would try to figure out what he was going to do. What? It's the heater. Shut up.
It
Don't
just
look
turned
around.
off. I was like, it got really quiet in here.
Yeah, damn right. So like Sean would all of a sudden like figure out what I did and then take 8 attempts at 110 in order to beat my 108. Like go fuck yourself, Sean. I hope you listen to this
Oh,
too.
someone is extremely bitter
You know
about
what's
that.
funny? He's like my best friend though. He's like one of my best friends ever. Like as much as I hated him and
Aaron
we
is the only thing less saltier than the Dead Sea right now.
Hey-o.
shots fired. Nah, but like those days were great. Like that training environment. I mean,
You need those days. Like, that's like where you, like, the days where I trained with other people are the days that I just smashed numbers that
Yeah.
weren't even close to before.
Yeah, Kendrick and I used to spot me kilos. He'd be like, I spot you 30. Or like, hey, like, what you doing clean and jerks? All right, see if you can clean and jerk more than that snatch. I was like, fucking done, bro. And I would try to beat him. And I a couple
Right.
times I beat him.
Right.
A couple times I didn't. But those were younger days.
All right, so back to these questions.
Fuck those questions.
That's not
What
nice.
questions?
That's not nice. These are good questions, Aaron. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You shut your fucking mouth.
All right. So, what is a good athlete to coach ratio during a class?
1-to-1.
That's not possible.
I know it's not possible, but that's a good ratio.
So that
the
is a
good
good ratio. Okay, so what's a realistic ratio? So I'm going to start this off by giving props to Kareem because I think that Kareem gets a shit ton of people in his classes.
Yeah, our buddy Kareem.
And I feel like he does a very good job in managing.
25-to-1 is really, really, really difficult.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It depends on the coach.
Yeah.
It does.
Like so, for example, today we were doing snatches today in the gym.
Tough movement.
A tough movement. You know how many snatches I've seen in my fucking life?
A lot.
I could coach snatches. I can coach snatch. I've done clinics of 25 people.
No problem.
No problem. Why? Because I've seen that movement 1,000 times. I can see somebody for 2 seconds
Right.
and do a snatch and like, oh, here's what
Find a
you're doing
cue.
wrong. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, here's what I need you to work on. And then I don't really need to talk to them again for the rest of the entire class because
Right.
I've told them, here's what you need to work on.
Yeah, you can't fix a snatch in a class. It's that little cue. And I think that goes back, it's the level of the coaching. I used to get pissed off in my younger, more frustrated days when people would say, oh, you just coach, you just kind of start the clock and tell people to do. Like, no, I had classes of 25, 30 fucking people. If you're on the ball, you're constantly moving for an hour. Like, it's a job. It's not just, oh, hey, guys,
Absolutely.
we're going to do this and
Yeah.
we're going to do that. Like, if you're actually coaching correctly, like, you can manage a class of 25.
I say the
My
same thing.
favorite classes were like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
There were enough people in there where I could engage like a big class, quote unquote big, enough people to have fun, but a small, intimate number of people that I could actually like spend like a couple minutes on literally fixing, like
Yeah.
in the class.
And again, I'm going to go back to the Kareem thing. Dude has sometimes he has upwards of 30 people in these classes. And they're all very inexperienced lifters.
Yeah.
Moms, grandmoms.
I can't believe he does it.
Daughters.
But that's, you know what the
Like
thing is, though?
inexperienced men.
In bigger cities, that's a fucking
It's a normal
norm.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember doing Thursday classes. I'll never forget this at Athletic Asylum in White Marsh in Baltimore, right outside of Baltimore. And it was Thursdays. Thursdays was the makeup day / the long wad. 25 people would fucking show up. Half of them would be doing Monday's workout. 10 people will be doing Tuesday's workout. All the other people will be doing the long wad. How do you coach that?
You're herding cattle at that point. You're a manager. You're not
Yeah.
a coach.
It's-
That was
Hey,
our biggest
hey,
issue.
Here's what I need you guys to work
Controlling
on stretching.
chaos.
Here's what I need you guys to stretch on. Here's what I need you guys to do. All right, cool. All right, you guys are going to start in 15 minutes. I got to set 3 different clocks. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking insane.
That was one of the things that I hated. I shouldn't say hate. That was one of the things that I struggled to
hard,
manage
dude.
as we grew as a gym. I became a manager, not a coach.
Yeah.
And then that turns into now as a programmer. Now you have to think about, oh well, fuck, we have 10 rowers and I have 25 people coming to class. Like, how do I
Yep.
manage that? And now it puts the onus on the coach. Where I was telling people, do 50 double unders instead of 250 meters, run 800 instead of 1,000 meter. Now you have to have a strong coach. And again, not to beat a dead horse, but it goes back to you have to have a strong coaching staff that can think on their feet. Somebody like a Kareem who's got 30 people, who's been there, who knows what to do to manage that class. Because you're dealing with people in fitness. It's not easy with 25 people.
Yeah, like,
Well, no,
oh,
and
I
they-
have a back injury. Oh, I have a
Right.
shoulder injury. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have this. Like,
It can
hey,
get dangerous pretty quickly.
It, logistics are very, very difficult. And, like, for example, like, when I program, I don't program for logistics.
Right.
I program for what I want
Yeah, you
you to
can't.
do, and then I logistic after that.
Mhm.
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to run 1,000 meters. I need you to row 50,
Right.
50 meters at a time for 5 sets, whatever the fuck. it
So,
is.
how important is mobility
Oh my
to
God.
being successful at CrossFit?
I'm the most immobile person on the face of the earth,
That's
as
not
you've
true
seen
at
over
all.
the last
Shut
2
up.
weeks.
You're not immobile.
Immobile,
Extremely immobile.
tight.
Listen, mobility and flexibility, I feel like are very different things.
True.
Um,
I'm not flexible, but I can catch a snatch.
you can move.
Yeah, you're mobile.
But it has to be within a movement.
All right.
To what extent though? Like, are your shoulders caved down? Is your chest down? Are your hips higher than your fucking shoulders when you're squatting? Which is, by the way, guys, it's a horrible idea.
That's interesting.
It's a CrossFit snatch.
Yeah, exactly. Don't like. You should be flexible. Like I tell people all the time, they're like, "Oh, you're so flexible. You're so mobile." Oh, that's because I've worked on this since I was 12 years old.
Right.
Every single day for the rest of my life. If you don't use it, you will lose it.
So, I understand it's important. Now, people that come and that are regular people, let's say your average Joe that comes in, and
Describe average.
average would say,
Me,
let's say the
Joe.
person that comes in
You're not
and they work a normal job 9 to 5.
They haven't
They
done
sit at- let's-
anything athletic
Let's
since.
say they sit at a desk all day.
Okay.
They come in here at night and around 6:30 class.
Do they play a sport?
Let's say they played a sport in high school.
Okay. What sport?
I don't know. I'm not gonna get that deep. That's ridiculous.
What's average then? That's
Well,
what I'm
so
saying.
yeah, but so average is a person that works out here, that has a normal job, that doesn't do anything else
right.
but come here.
That's the thing. That's what you are programming for is that average person here.
Right.
And what do you
In
think? they're-
Colorado, it's totally fucking different.
So what's the ratio here? You think to the people that can train to the fullest extent of a program for this gym versus the people that are average?
What are they programming for? There's so many variables that come into play, and this
I think
is,
it's a problem because there's too much. There's a lot of people that go here, so there's a lot of different goals.
right. But that's the thing. Is like, that's the hardest
It's
part.
hard to
of,
program a general program for 250 different.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Let's put
It's-
it that way.
it
It's,
is.
it's fucking
It-
impossible.
And I actually wrote a blog about it for the gym. I said 9 times out of 10 a general program will get you there, or not probably not even 9 times, 8 times out of 10. But for you and Joe, there's your 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
You need a completely different program to get you what you actually need, not what you fucking want. And that is the difference. Do you want abs, Pat?
No,
Do you want to take your shirt off and be able to see a six pack?
I would like to have a flat stomach.
Exactly. Do you need that?
No,
No, you fucking don't. Why? Because that's not how you're built.
I would love to wash clothes on my stomach though.
I mean,
Yeah, sure.
It'd be pretty
wait,
nice.
that's
I'm
right,
not gonna
I
lie.
can.
If I had a six pack,
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie though, dude. If I had a six pack, I would never wear a shirt.
yeah, look at Denny.
Yeah.
It's
Is
true.
a little plug to the township cops.
Oh my God! Yeah, Washington
The cop
Township-
squad that comes in
Washington
and don't wear
Township-
shirts.
Washington Township cops don't wear your shirts, bruh.
I don't
All right,
think they
so
do.
so
Guys look
who
awesome.
so who are the ones that don't wear shirts? Denny,
Denny, Joe.
Joe, Brian,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Brian-
Oh, Dennis. Is the
Dennis
biggest,
is like fucking Captain America.
Yeah,
now. He
he's
can do
like the
whatever he
biggest
wants.
defender.
Didn't he go to UConn?
He did.
He did.
Yeah,
was
he
a
played
lineman.
football.
He was a lineman.
and he's jacked.
He's fucking
Yeah.
shredded.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's a little
He's like
guy now,
40
though.
something.
Yeah,
He's a little guy.
I hope I didn't.
a little guy.
He's a little guy.
fucking-
He's,
dude, he's
fucking
stacked.
yoked, man. And he's the nicest guy in the world.
Oh my God.
Yes, he
we
is.
have to have him on the show. We
Okay,
have to
we'll
have
try. We'll
Dennis
try
on
to
the
get Dennis. Dennis, you're coming on the show.
I want Dennis to talk about. He's got one picture from when he went to. He'll kill me. I think it was the Air Force. He's got a picture of him that he has to. He's got to share. He's only shown like 5 people ever.
No shit.
Yeah, and I was in his office, and
And he hasn't
He
shown
like
me?
opened up.
Why?
and,
Wait,
like,
wait. Dennis is the captain of
Uh-huh.
Washington. Why were you in his office, Joe?
This was like 4 years ago. I was talking to him about work,
Uh huh.
possibly wanting to work with him.
Joe was walking around
And,
Washington Township naked after a night
was
of
probably
after a
after
night
this
of drinking and
debauchery.
Half a
lifting.
bottle of whiskey after this
Yeah.
podcast.
Girls
He had
in
3
short
scoops.
shorts. They were like, "Why didn't you like my pictures?" And he was,
He was
like,
at-
"Oh no, I just drank too much."
He was at PJ's and had 3 scoops of pre-workout before he went.
Never have 3 scoops.
You know who I want to have on this show is that Juju Fu.
Oh,
that guy.
man.
I
Yeah.
want,
Oh,
Yeah.
I want
and
him
he does
on-
like Chimera coffee or
Oh
something like
my
that.
God,
Come
dude.
here, coffee.
Yeah.
Oh God. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
All
We
right,
went
yeah,
down a
so-
rabbit hole.
Programming.
We'll jump out of
Mobility?
that for a second because there's a lot of questions.
Did that
and
really start off on?
I think
Start
that
off with
we're
mobility.
yeah we're starting to run a little long here, but so
That
I think
never
I
happens.
think a good question is with lifting and how often someone should max out or find their 1 rep max.
Once every 17 weeks. No, it's once a cycle. It depends on what your coach.
So once a
Listen,
cycle, but
the best program is the program that you're following. The fucking thing I hate the most is program hoppers. Don't go from MASH to LSUS to Bulgarian to Smolov. These are all terms that no one knows. Don't go from
Smolov
coach.
was the
Hey,
best
all I
squat
heard
program
was-
I ever did in my
I
entire
want to
life.
punch you in the
I
fucking
keep-
face for saying that.
he starts naming things and I hear wah 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 wah.
Exactly.
wah.
I was a big fan of Charlie Brown. Smolov was a program that was written
Ugh,
for a
horrible.
single person who was 16 years old,
So bad.
who had just gotten on a cycle of vitamins, and I'm air quoting for those of you that can't see me because no one can see me,
He did just air quote by the way.
He did.
which is steroids in Russian. It was written for a 16-year-old that
Doesn't
was
steroids in Russian or Austrian sound like?
No, that sounds maybe.
I think that sounds like steroids.
This
So
was the worst
Smolov
program ever.
Smolov was written for a 16-year-old that had just started doing steroids, basically. And the whole point of it was, at least as far as my knowledge from what people explained to me,
Allegedly.
to get super fucking strong in your squat because he had weak legs. That's all he did was basically squat. Is that beneficial to most people? No,
Oh my god.
absolutely not.
The fucking program. Mondays were
Squat.
It was 7 sets of 5, and then 5 sets of 7, 10 sets of 3, 4 sets of 8 in a
All
week.
squats?
In a week, all back squats at percentages, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I did it
I
for
don't
like,
like
a
that.
month.
Hey, wait,
I did it for. I did the program for a month.
Was that the whole program, Joe?
It was a no, it wasn't. That was the first mesocycle.
fucking program hopper.
You wanna know why? Because I couldn't move.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
You are a program hopper in that
I
point.
did it once.
So I was the biggest program hopper when I was doing weightlifting
Vitamins?
just regularly. You know, it would be honestly my methodology was
Catalyst.
get a fat burner and work out, eat whatever I wanted, and pray for results.
Here we go.
That's exactly what I was.
I say this to everyone. Where'd you get your degree in exercise physiology?
I didn't.
You fucking damn right you didn't.
I got my degree in economics.
Yeah. Yeah. Learn the economics of your body. It's called exercise phys.
Exactly, and that's what I've learned here, to be honest. And that's why I've lost 30 pounds since I've started. So it's changed the way I've looked at things, and the fact that supplements don't mean shit in a lot of
It's
ways.
a supplement for a reason.
That's-
the very term
Yeah.
supplement is
Supplement.
fucking supplemental.
Eat fucking food.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Eat
Go to Shoe
food.
Noodle
Don't
Bar.
drink your food.
Train.
Which I sent these guys a picture of my lunch today, which was a
Shaker
fucking
bottle
shake.
made me cry.
Oh my god.
But I mean, in my defense,
meal replacement.
it had like 80 grams of protein in it.
You
So did
only
my
absorb
meal.
so much.
Yeah, but I eat 7 meals a day, so one can understand why I would not want to eat every meal.
That's why you can't lose weight.
That's why I can't lose weight. All right, so do you guys have any more questions that you guys want to know, or do you want to ask another question, or do you think we should wrap it up?
I'm done with my scotch. I think we're done with this.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's go around the table. What are you drinking?
Let's see. I'm drinking Johnny Walker Select Class Cask.
All right, we need to stop because Aaron is starting to slur his words a little bit.
Rye cask finish. Aged 10
great.
years.
Oh
Pretty
no,
good. Whiskey.
the little guy can't hold his liquor.
You want to watch me go snatch 105 right fucking now? That's all.
Should we? I think that we can film that after this, actually.
As soon as I pee.
Okay, so Aaron's gonna pee, and then he's gonna
great.
snatch 105.
That's great.
Cold.
Cold.
I'm
We're
warm.
just gonna hope it doesn't get hurt.
I will.
Joe, what are you drinking?
So I didn't have my Whistle Pig with me, which I have to plug because our good friend Matt Mazzoni gave
Which
me
is-
some last week.
Very delicious.
Oh my god, it's unbelievable. But it was like fucking lighter
I've had
fluid
it.
/ rocket fuel. And I think I could have snatched like 105 after that. Yeah.
Beer
So
muscles.
I've got some Crown Vanilla, and it's pretty smooth. It's actually
is always good.
delicious.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that flying?
Yeah.
Made out of an NJ.
Got some NJ Repped
Flying
brewed
fish.
beer. Flying Fish Exit 4. American, was that triple?
A
Tripel?
Triple. It's a triple.
Triple?
Yeah, we'll have a brewer on not too long who's opening up a brewery in New Jersey. Or no, he's
Oh,
opening
yeah?
up in Philly.
Yeah.
We'll have him on. We'll talk about beers and stuff like that and what it takes.
Yes.
And he actually does CrossFit.
Yes,
great.
and also to this extent is what we want to do is we're also going to be thanking the people that help us out.
Yeah.
For
So
the
if you
first
wanna
part
help
is
us out-
CrossFit Off the Grid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that's where we are right now. That's where we're doing the podcast from. So we want to thank Kenny and Barb for having us.
Thanks, CrossFit Off the
We
Grid.
appreciate the space.
And the free refrigeration.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't use refrigeration. I
Yeah,
drink
thank
that
you.
shit
Thank you
straight.
for,
Me and Joe don't need that shit.
And also, I want to do a quick plug for Gates Goodies. If you want to check them out, they
unbelievable.
are all of the cake truffles that you could possibly need for any parties.
So good.
If you want to give gifts out, anything like that, she could do them in all different sizes, different amounts. They're delicious.
They're
all different
sizes.
flavors. Yo, check out the Facebook site, Gates Goodies. Check us out on Facebook, Happy Hour at the Bar. We're on Instagram at Happy Hour at the Bar, and Twitter at Happy Hour at the Bar.
tweet!
Hey!
Websites in the works.
That was loud as
Yeah,
shit, by the way.
we got a website
And,
in the works, guys.
Yes.
Aaron and I actually we're gonna do a quick plug. We're gonna have a little bit of announcement coming this week. We're gonna team up and start a little charity for next year for our lifting. So stay tuned for that. We'll put a little announcement out.
Got
and,
him.
make sure you guys follow that.
And at the end of every episode, we are going to have a local band we're going to feature. So today we have Kicking Sunrise, and the song is called The Life of Mine. So here it is.
I got a lot on my mind, so much you gotta do, but there's not enough time today. I just wanna lay on the beach, or maybe by the pool, take a dip and watch my problems away. 'Cause I don't wanna deal with all this growing up. 23 years old and time ain't slowing up. I got 24 hours and I owe it to myself today. So raise them high, put down your phone, look to the sky, you're not alone. We have all night to waste on sleep. Listen what I say, live for the day, I'm wild and free. And we gon' do it like nowhere I'm gonna waste this time, and there's nowhere I'm gonna stay inside. When the sun's shining high, I'm feeling fine. That's why I'm gonna do the wrong things just so I can smile. 'Cause I live now and it's worth my while just to kick back, relax today, goodbye. Oh, this life of mine. Whoa, 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 oh, 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 this life of mine.
Sounds up, wake up, smell the coffee, thinking, why won't my boss just get off me? I honestly don't care about a single thing she has to say. I'm getting tired of this endless dead-end job. I'm making money, but it's just never enough. I got $1 to my name and I'm folding up a paper plane.
when the sun's shining high, I'm feeling fine.